Shalom Yeladim. So after last week, we talked about a very, very special tzaddik, Noah. This week, we're going to talk about a very, very special tzaddik, Abraham Avinu. Abraham, he wasn't Abraham yet. His name was Abraham. Realized that Hashem was the only God. Everyone would pray to the sun. Everyone would pray to the moon, to the stars. But Abraham realized there has to be someone in charge of the whole world. It has to be Hashem. Hashem was so proud. He was so excited that Abraham was the first one to realize that he was Hashem. Hashem is in charge. And he told him, Abraham, I want you to take your family and everything, and I want you to leave home. I want you to leave your family. I want you to leave everything, just leave. Abraham didn't say anything. He didn't say why. He didn't say where. He didn't say, how am I going to eat over there? He just picked up his family and he left. He took his servant Eliezer. He took his wife Sarai. And he took his brother-in-law, Sarai's little brother, Lot, and all their friends who wanted to come with them. And they left his family in Ur Kasdim, and they went. And they went, and they went, and they went up from Ur Kasdim all the way up to Haran. And he milked his cows over there in a place called Halab. A lot of our family comes from that place. Halab means milk. And when Abraham milked his cows over there, and he came, then he left, and he went down, 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 till he got to Eretz Israel. But the problem is, when Abraham came to Eretz Israel, it didn't look like Eretz Israel of today. It looked like a desert. It was empty. There was no food. There was no fruits. There was no trees, nothing. Abraham was so hungry. He didn't know what to do. But he didn't complain. Remember, Abraham doesn't complain, doesn't ask questions. He went down to Egypt, where the camels are in the pyramids. And over there, he got food. He got lots of animals, cows and sheep and goat. And he came back to Eretz Israel. And now Abraham was full of cows and sheep and cattle. And Lot, his brother-in-law, that means Sarai's brother, had lots of animals. And it was becoming too much. And the shepherds, the people watching Abraham's sheep and the people watching Lot's sheep, started fighting. Here's the problem. Abraham's sheep had muzzles. They were wearing masks called muzzles. Let's say that word together. Muzzles. They were wearing muzzles so they don't eat other people's food. Lot's shepherds say, yeah, it's just grass. It doesn't make a difference. And their cows were eating other people's food. And they started to fight. And they were fighting and fighting and fighting. And finally, Abraham told Lot, listen, your shepherds and my shepherds are fighting. I don't want them fighting. You know what? Let's separate. We will separate. If you go right, I'll go left. If you go left, I'll go right. But we can't be together. Lot looked around and he chose to go on the other side of Eretz Israel, this green area over here called Yarden. It's a place called Sodom. Now, the place was gorgeous. It was stunning. It was beautiful, beautiful land. There was lots of grass, lots of trees, hills, beautiful flowers, vegetables. The people there were horrible people. Very, very, very mean people. But still, Lot saw the grass. He said, I'm going over there. But then when he was there in Sodom, there was 4 kings, and they traveled from a very, very far place to fight with the 5 kings in near Lot's house. And they went and they traveled all the way up and down, and they came to fight over there. And Lot was taken. And Lot was trapped over there with those 4 kings. Someone came to tell Abraham, Lot's in trouble. And right away, Abraham didn't say, he ran away from me, I don't care. No, Abraham said, I care about him so much. He's like my little brother. And he traveled and he went and he saved Lot's life. He met a person named Melchizedek. Melchizedek wanted to give Abraham bread and wine. And he wanted to pay Abraham for helping Lot. But Abraham said, no, I don't take any presents from anyone. I want to work and make the money all by myself. And he said bye to Lot. He said bye to everyone and went back home. But when he came back home, Abraham was sad. He said, Hashem, I'm getting so old and I don't have any children. I don't have any children. Please, Hashem, I want a baby. And Hashem said, Abraham, I want you to go outside a second. I want you to take a look at the stars. I want you to look at the sand. One day you're going to have so many children, just like the stars and the sand. Could you count the stars? There's so many. Could you count the sand? There's so much sand. You can't count them. One day you're going to have so many children like that. In the meantime, Abraham and Sarah. Abraham, you're going to get an extra hay. Sarai, you're going to take away your yud. Your name is not going to be Sarai anymore. We're going to add a he, and your name will now be Sarah. So Abraham and Sarai now became Abraham and Sarah. Abraham and Sarah. Now in this week's parasha, Abraham got a special mitzvah. Anybody know what the special mitzvah is? A mitzvah of Brit Milah. Every Jewish baby boy, when they're 8 days old, there's a big party. The rabbi comes and they give the Jewish baby his Jewish name. Everyone has a Jewish name. Some people have an English name, but some people also have a Hebrew name. In this week's parasha, we learned that at the time of 8 days old, when a baby's just so small, 8 days old, they get their special Jewish name and they became part of the Jewish people.